It's funny, I've built entire shows, written scripts, and directed scenes. But every now and then, I find myself right back here at square one, asking the same question: what is a concept really? So I decided to ask ChatGPT, a tool that can help me think through my creative process. ChatGPT defines a concept or idea as a central premise or message that drives your story, show, film, or project. It answers the question, what is this about? And why does it matter? It's not the whole story or execution plan yet. It's the spark that gives your project purpose and direction. An idea is the seed, the first thought. Example, what if a soldier couldn't tell if his war was over or still going on in his mind? A concept is that idea developed into something more structured and communicable. Example, a disciplined veteran struggles to adjust to civilian life, haunted by the war he can't leave behind. Okay, so it's the seed, that initial spark. But where do my sparks usually come from? For me, inspiration often starts here, with music. There's something about how sound moves emotion that sparks images in my head. Some of my favorite concepts were born out of songs. A rhythm becomes a scene, a lyric becomes a line of dialogue, and a feeling becomes a world. That's what I love most about music. It paints before you even touch the brush. It doesn't tell you what to create. It suggests something deeper. Sometimes I'll hear a bass line and see a chase scene, or a soulful chord progression, and suddenly there's a love story in my head. Music doesn't just inspire, it unlocks images you didn't even know were waiting inside you. In Baby Driver, director Edgar Wright turned rhythm into storytelling. Every car chase, gunshot, and movement in that film was synced to the beat of a song. It's one of the best examples of music, not just enhancing a scene, but driving it. Literally. The main character, Baby, uses music to drown out his trauma and time his every move. And in the process, the audience experiences the story through sound. That film reminds me that a concept doesn't have to start with a character or a plot. Sometimes it starts with a vibe. Then there's Guardians of the Galaxy. The entire tone and identity of that movie comes from its soundtrack, a nostalgic mixtape that defines its heart. Songs like Come and Get Your Love or Hooked on a Feeling aren't just background music. They're part of the character's memory, his humanity, his story. That film proved that sound and emotion can merge so powerfully that a playlist becomes the concept. Even Vanilla Sky, directed by Cameron Crowe, was shaped by music. It's a film that feels like it was written to a playlist, showing how deeply sound can guide the visual imagination. But inspiration doesn't always come from sound or art. Sometimes it comes from the people around you, the ones who challenge you to dream bigger just by being who they are. My girlfriend Jay inspires me every day. She's a filmmaker and a creative force. She's worked on some of the biggest reality shows out there, the kind of productions that demand both precision and imagination. But what I love most is her artistry outside of television. She's an award-winning poet who's performed across the country, even taking the stage at the world-famous Apollo Theater in New York. watching how she takes an idea, breaks it down, and rebuilds it into something visual. That's inspiring. She doesn't just think of concepts, she executes them. Projects like Have Mercy and Products of the Plan show that execution is its own form of creativity. It's the bridge between imagination and impact. Seeing her turn a thought into something tangible reminds me that inspiration isn't just about dreaming, it's about doing. And sometimes, inspiration doesn't come from people or sound, it comes from words. Books have always been one of my favorite ways to recharge creatively. When you read, you're not just absorbing ideas, you're training your imagination to see beyond what's written. Books on screenwriting and storytelling help me understand structure, how to build something from an idea into a finished piece. But novels, essays, and short stories, those open me up emotionally. They remind me that concepts don't have to be loud or complicated. They just have to be honest. Every author starts where we all start, with a thought, a question, or a feeling they can't shake. My sister wrote a book about our blended family, told through her eyes. That concept came from something real and personal, something that mattered to her. Watching her take our family story and turn it into something universal, that's powerful. It makes me realize that sometimes the best concepts come from what's right in front of us. Our lives, our relationships, our truths. And then there are magazines. I can't tell you how many times flipping through American Cinematographer has sparked a visual idea, a lighting setup, a camera move, even a mood. Seeing how other filmmakers solve creative problems always sends me back to my own projects with new eyes. Then you've got Vogue and Vanity Fair. Different lane, same energy. The storytelling through photography, the styling, the use of color and space. Fashion magazines have some of the best visual direction out there. They remind me that concepts don't just live in film, they live in aesthetic. Even a single photo can tell a story. A concept can live in the way a person looks at the camera, the way light hits their face, or the texture of a costume. These images hold narratives, sometimes louder than words. Then I came across this one, a magazine I was actually featured in. It reminded me of how, during the pandemic, I started a development company for actors. We had to constantly come up with fresh concepts for demo reels, short scenes, and passion projects. Every shoot was a new challenge, a new story to tell from scratch. That period taught me that being a creator isn't about waiting for an idea to arrive. It's about staying open enough to catch it when it does. Whether it's a book, a magazine, a song, or a conversation, inspiration is everywhere. Concepts don't fall from the sky. They emerge from the world around you, from what you read, what you hear, and who you love. It's all connected. And that's the thing about concepts. They rarely arrive when you're forcing them. They sneak up on you when your mind finally lets go. One second, I'm thinking about heading home, and the next, my mind's racing. The way that car cut through the light, the echo in this garage, the stillness after it passed. Something about it felt like a story. That's when it hit me. A detective thriller. Not just any story, but one about isolation, obsession, and what it feels like to always be on the outside looking in. In that moment, everything I'd been talking about, music, people, books, inspiration, it all connected. That car became the rhythm, the echo became the emotion, the emptiness became the world. That's the beauty of creating. You never know when your next concept will find you. But when it does, it's like the universe whispering, "Here, this one's yours." If this inspired you, subscribe to the channel. In the next video, I'll break down how to take your concept and turn it into a story the world can see.